Hi friends, hope you are doing well. I'm Dr. Ganguly. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about a free master's degree program, and this is essentially offered by the Schwarzman Scholar Program, and this is a one-year fully funded master's degree you can get at Tsinghua University in Beijing, China. Now, very often people are interested in having master's degrees which are very broad in scope, and this is one such master's degree because this master's degree essentially aims to create a global community of future leaders, and this is through the Schwarzman Scholar Program. So let's look at this particular scholarship in detail and how you can get it, what are the different things which are taught in this particular degree program, and what is the objective of this degree program. Now, of course, you know that over the last couple of decades, China, specifically People's Republic of China, has become one of the most important countries in the world. And what has happened is that even today it is number second as far as total GDP is concerned. So in fact, if you see, a lot of technological progress has taken place in China. Many people know that China has been growing very well, but somebody like me who has been to China to various cities, I know the fact that Chinese infrastructure is extremely well developed, and in fact, it is often better than what you see in many Western countries, even in Japan. So, this is something which has been happening over the years, and a visit to China and staying in China is certainly something which is very useful to people who are interested in figuring out things such as how to grow a particular country, how to grow the GDP, what are the different policies and political systems which are well suited for global growth and so on. So let us look at this particular scholarship in detail. Now, the aim of this scholarship is to create a global community of future leaders and to increase the level of understanding between China and the countries around the world. Now, what is being done here is that a scholarship is being created which is inspired by the Rhodes Scholarship. Now, Rhodes Scholarship started out in 1902 and it was with some similar aspirations. But one of the things which has happened with the Rhodes Scholarship is that it has become pretty well known, and you will find that many famous people have been Rhodes Scholar at certain point in their life. Now, the Schwarzman Scholarship gives about 200 scholarships each year, and these are spread to US, China, and remaining countries around the world. So, specifically, about 40% of the scholars are from US, about 20% from China, and 40% are from the remaining part of the world. So, essentially, it's a pretty good distribution. So, what you get to do is a one-year master's degree in global affairs at Tsinghua University, which is one of the top ranked universities in China. So, of course, if you have been following the ranking of the university in any of the rankings out there, the Times ranking, the Shanghai ranking, and so on, you will see that Chinese universities are at the top in many situations, certainly as far as the Asian continent is concerned, and Tsinghua University is now one of the top universities in the world. So, in the Schwarzman Fellowship, they will provide you money to live in Beijing for a year. There will be a lot of programs in terms of culture exchange, and also you will attend lectures, you can take courses, you can travel around China. This program started in 2015, and what you can do during this process is that you can take different elective courses. You will do a capstone project. This capstone project can be done by you personally or in a group. There is leadership talks from various different cultural and professional personalities out there. So you will learn about multicultural research aspects, about aspects related to how to manage global systems which are multicultural in nature. You will also be taught about the last 40 years of China's political progress and social progress, and also about the current and future challenges which are taking place to the global economic and governing systems. Specific courses which you can study are, for example, public policy, Chinese history, domestic policy, and of course, economics. Now, let us look at certain deep dive programs. As far as deep dive is concerned, these are part of lecture series, cultural visits, and so on, which are held in November. You also have the possibility of learning the Mandarin language, or rather the Mandarin language, which is the Chinese language. And in this case, what will happen is that you can learn this language at a beginner stage, you can learn it at a more advanced stage if you are already familiar with the Mandarin language. And of course, if you are somebody from China, you are expected to develop more knowledge about the English language itself. And being in this cohort with students from around the world and also students from China itself, it's going to give you a very different kind of mindset, different kind of experience than if you take part in any regular scholarship or fellowship in a Western country. Now, like I mentioned before, there are many countries which participate in this program around the world. So more than 40 countries are represented in the different students who are out there. And many of these students are coming from various different departments. Now, let us look at the competitive nature of this particular program. You essentially need to have a bachelor's degree, that is a UG degree. You must have excellent record as far as your BS is concerned. So certainly I would expect here that you have a good GPA, you have good grades and so on. Generally Chinese and all the East Asian part of the world is very sensitive to grades. So if you are coming from a good institute and have good grades, that is certainly a benefit for you. Now in some of the recent applications out there, they received as many as 3,000 applications and they actually shortlisted 400 of them, and then these people were essentially called for different interview situations, and then finally 140 plus Schwarzman scholars were selected, typically being from 18 to 28 years of age. So this is again a very good possibility in terms of spending some time in China, getting a master's degree. And if you are somebody who is probably bored with your major, you want to explore some different possibility, you are contemplating a field such as global leadership, you are thinking beyond the basic degree, then certainly this is useful for you. And of course, if you are somebody in the social science domain, this becomes directly useful for you. But I have even seen people from the STEM disciplines, that is science, technology, engineering, and math, apply to the Schwarzman Scholar and then become part of this program and gain substantially from it. Now, of course, after you have finished this master's program, you can return to your home country, you can do a PhD degree, or maybe you can go ahead and plan your future jobs. Now, of course, remember there are a plethora of Chinese companies out there. So it may happen that this experience which you pick up in China, it will help you become part of the Chinese techno system itself, and maybe you can get a job in some Chinese company out there. And also you may go to a different country and do a PhD there. So these are all the possibilities which are out there if you do this Schwarzman scholarship program. Now, if you go to the web page, which I'm going to provide you in the description box and also in the video, you will see that there is a section on scholars and there are many different countries which are represented in this particular section, and they have given the outline of the different scholars out there. And you can look at these people, you can look at their universities, you can look at their gender, and you can figure out whether you fit in or not. So certainly this is a very global scholarship, and make it a point to at least check this scholarship out if you are doing a bachelor's degree currently.